Alrighty, Cherub, so today we're going to be making a leaf bowl. So what we need is a slab and a leaf. I'm going to be using collard greens that I just bought at the grocery store, but any leaf would work. So I'm going to set that aside, and I want to smooth out my slab. So I'm going to grab my wooden rib, grab a little bit of water, and smooth. Now I'm ready for my leaf. The center stem is really, really thick, and I don't want that pressing into my clay. It's going to weaken out my clay, and so I'm going to, off screen here, take my X-Acto knife and trim out that stem and then just get rid of it because it's going to push too deeply into the clay. So I take that stem and I set it aside. Now I'm just going to take the leaf itself and put it on my clay, and then I'm going to smooth it out, make it real nice and even. Now I'm going to take a roller. You can use a rolling pin. Any type of cylindrical object will work. And just smooth this guy out. I'm going to press him into the clay to make sure that the veins and all the detail of the leaf gets picked up by the clay. Now just with the corner of my X-Acto knife, I'm going to just pull up the leaf just to make sure that it has a good impression. It looks great, so I'm going to smooth that back down. Perfect. Now I'm going to take my wooden knife and go ahead and cut out the outline of my bowl. Now I don't want to cut directly up against the side of the leaf. I do want to leave a little bit of a lip right there at the edge, so there's a little bit of clay on the outside edge of the leaf. I'm going to collect that extra, and I'm just going to set it aside because I'm going to use a little bit of it here in just a moment. So let's set that aside. Now I'm going to take the corner, the edge there, and just smooth it out. Using that wooden knife does create kind of a ridge, and I want to get rid of that. So I'm just going to smooth it out, round it out, make it nice. Now I'm going to take a plaster mold. You can use a bowl of any kind to drape this across the back of to get the round shape that we're looking for. You could use this plastic bowl, you could use a smaller one. You could also drape it on the inside or on the outside. So I'm going to drape it on the outside of this larger form. I kind of like that. And then I'm just going to smooth it out. Use my rib, use my hands to make it go around that edge. Now I'm going to take some of that leftover slab and I'm going to cut a foot ring for this. You can use a coil if you would like, make a coil, that's okay. Or if you want to use a bit of slab to create a foot ring, feel free. So I score both sides, use some slip, trim it down, apply some good pressure, and then I'm going to use my wooden knife to stitch it on so that it's nice and even. About 45 minutes to an hour later, I'm going to now take my slab off, my bowl off the mold. It should be leather hard. I'm going to start to peel off that leaf now. I should have a really, really nice impression in the clay. I was really pleased with how the colored green leaf worked on this. I've done several different kinds of leaves before, and this was a really, really pretty leaf that gave some really nice impressions. So now what I'm going to do is just check to make sure there's no imperfections, and I'm going to use my fingers and a sponge to round out those edges and smooth them out, because they're still at a 45-degree angle, which isn't great for a dish. So I'm just going to smooth out and round out those edges, make them look nice and pretty. And there it is, a finished leaf bowl. I hope you enjoy it.